Okay guys, what is up? Supernova here today to do Death Parade episode 9 review. Oh my goodness, dude, this episode, whoa. So my theory of last episode, where I thought like their killing was connected in some way. I mean, it was connected obviously, but it wasn't connected in the way I thought. It wasn't that elaborate, even though still at that same point, it was still amazing. Oh my goodness, yeah. I'll admit I was wrong on what I thought was going to happen. Death Parade has been the series that keeps you thinking. Like, you go through so much emotion with this series, and it gets you thinking really deep about human emotion, and just how some people think in certain ways. And this episode is a prime example. This by far is the best episode of Death Parade I think we've seen so far, in my opinion. Shimada and Tatsumi, yo. Tatsumi. Let's get started with Tatsumi. Let's just go with that. Yo. Tatsumi. This dude. He got revenge on his wife's killer. Now, for the reason why the guy killed his wife, we're not so sure on, obviously. But he does kill him, and I guess you could say him killing someone gave him a high. He got a thrill of it. And he just has this, like, sadistic, sadist look on his face. Like, just evil, disgusting smile after he kills this guy. And I don't know if he's going crazy at this point, or really is his disembodied wife talking to him. But she thanks him and all that, and he starts smiling. Now, this can be interpreted either he's going psycho, he's going crazy, or it's really his disembodied wife talking to him. That's up for interpretation, obviously. I just think he went psycho. I think he snapped, and pretty much from that point on, he became pretty much like an arbiter. He decided he would judge people. And, oh my goodness, like, just that. Dude, I'm not. Shimada, okay, let's just. Shimada. Yo. Apparently, the guy who beat his, I want to say his, sister. The guy who beat his sister, he stabbed him to death, which is where the bloody knife came from, obviously. I believe he stabbed him, like, in the spleen or something. Which I think he gets from whenever the hockey puck of his spleen goes into his, and he feels the pain. That's how he gets flashbacks. But he stabs the guy who beat his sister in the spleen and just kills him dead. Now, what's interesting about this is his sister, she pretty much ordered Shimada for their deaths, because there's two different guys. She said one was doing it and the other one was watching. And he killed the guy who did it by her orders, pretty much by her orders. She's sitting there in the hospital and she wants them dead. She says, I want them dead. And Shimada killing them, just plain out fucking knife to the fucking spleen, yo. Yeah, he killed that one guy, and I think he stabbed himself too. I'm pretty sure. I don't exactly remember how Shimada died. I do believe he stabbed himself, though. That might be how it happened. But apparently Tatsumi, oh my goodness, like completely 180 in this episode. Completely 180. Like, without a doubt. Like, yo, this dude 180 the shit out of everything. Like, he gives him this calm, cool detective. When he gets the memories back of him killing his wife's killer, just gone. Like, it's crazy. Like a legit villain. And and apparently the guy who beat Shimada's sister, he had been following this guy for a while because he stalks women. And his interpretation, his notion for judging, there has to be a victim. Now, I do have a problem with that. He was the other guy. I mean, as Shimada's sister was saying, there was two of them. One watched and one did it. And the one who watched was Tatsumi. And the fact that Tatsumi just stood there and watched as this guy beat Shimada's sister it really begs the question: why is his mindset the way it was? Like how he depicted how to judge somebody there has to be a victim. There obviously was a victim. He was on top of her, beating her with a knife to her throat. Like he was pretty much waiting for him to pretty much kill her until he did something, which is fucked up. It really is fucked up. His way of thinking isn't really the ideal way to go. But he does make great points in this episode, obviously. Like, everything just spiraled out of control in this episode, and it's amazing. And I don't know how to put it, like, with the Shimon and Tatsumi stuff. Like, how Tatsumi was there the day his sister was beaten, didn't do a damn thing about it, just watched until he pretty much would kill her. And for Shimada's sister to just guess that they were friends, which they weren't, obviously not. He was tracking this guy down for quite some time. He was a stalker. But, you know, it's mind-boggling that he would not do nothing against this guy. I mean, it shows right there. There's enough evidence. He's seen him on top of her, beating her, to kill this guy. You know, take him out. He's like, oh, and like Tatsumi's mindset's like, oh, if I would have done something, he would just went and done to another woman. No, you had enough evidence right there to charge him and put him in jail and lock him up. Like, enough evidence. You had the victim who's being brutalized. You have you as a witness. It's obvious. You could put him in jail for a long time. Like, no. Like, I'll say like, no contest. This guy could have been in jail. Like, his fingerprints are on the weapon. And it's easy to get this guy in jail. So yeah, I didn't understand his mindset but the point that where he killed his wife's killer, which happens after Shimada's sister gets beat, and just the way he breaks, it looks like he's pretty much insane. He gets a high from the killing, and he just decided to pretty much be like an arbiter, and it's just, I mean, I guess in a way he would have more right over Declan to do it because he's human, he's lived, he has emotions, he understands humans better than Declan, which I will get to in here in a little bit, but I don't know, it's just insane how the Tatsumi complete 180 just flips, just insane. Now let's go to Declan. The black-haired girl, she asked Declan to stop the game, and Declan's not going to stop it, obviously. He's trying to draw the darkness people, and once again, the black-haired girl is telling him how that's not the ideal way to go. Everyone has darkness in their heart, obviously. You can't judge somebody based on memories alone, which is true. People change. You can't remember everything that's happened in your life. So to judge someone based on their memories and their darkness is not a fair way to judge somebody. And she goes on this banter to Declan, like just ranting on him, telling him how he has no right to judge people, how the system's fucked up, how it's corrupt, and how he's never lived, he doesn't have emotions, he has no right to judge humans. And we see character development with Declan. It seems like he's hurting, he's grabbing his heart, how he's showing emotions, he's hurt, like it hurts his feelings what she's saying. And it's just, Declan got pretty great character development here. His heart, it's just the way he portrayed himself, and how he was hurting inside, how he seems like he's grabbing for his heart, which is his emotions, which I think is another reason why Nona put the black-haired girl with Declan, to help him while he's helping her. And she has been a great asset so far for Declan. And we're seeing Declan's emotions finally come full swing a little bit in this episode. And that was pretty much what the Declan thing, like just Declan doesn't care, he doesn't give a fuck. Like he wasn't giving a fuck at the moment, he's trying to go by the basic rules, and the black girl pretty much calls him out on it, and she's slandering him, and his emotions are hurt, his emotions are finally showing. So that part was very good, I liked that a lot, it was very, very well played out. And now, let's get to the ending. Just the fact we see Shimada, he kills Tatsumi because Tatsumi comes in the guy's house he just murdered. What was the one who beat his sister? And Tatsumi, and then Shimada's on the toilet puking. I'm supposing after he stabbed him, and then I guess he stabbed himself. He hears him come in, and I guess he was going to go in this guy's house to pass judgment on him after he killed his wife's killer. Like how he's in that mood, how he's pretty much going to go in there and judge him. I guess. Obviously, Shimada beat him to the punch. Shimada comes out, stabs him, kills him, and I guess Shimada later on dies from his wounds. And just the fact that he goes after Tatsumi. After finding out Tatsumi did nothing to protect his sister, and just Dekum putting him in the strings. I think he put Tatsumi in the strings as well. After the game was over, and he explains to them how they already figured out they're dead. And Dekum explains how you can't die if you've been dead, but you can inflict pain with the pucks, with Tatsumi's pucks. And he has a knife in his hand, and he's like in front of the pucks. Now, this would probably be this is probably worse than death. Inflicting pain on somebody without them dying. Like, they can't die. That's worse than death. So Shimada goes to stab the pucks, the black girl stops him, and she pretty much lays everything out on the table. Tells him how there's no heaven, there's no hell, it's just the void and reincarnation. How Dekum's judging them with their darkness right now, and you're a better person, don't be the better man, don't let it consume you. And as she's saying this, and it seems like Shimada's gonna have a change of heart, Tatsumi just keeps going and going and going, egging him on. And it works. After the credits, we see Shimada, he breaks all the pucks with the exact same knife that he killed Tatsumi with. And I wouldn't say Tatsumi dies. He can't die, obviously. He's already dead. But he inflicts all that damage on Tatsumi. And we see at the end, Shimada's face. He gets the same exact smile that Tatsumi had when he killed his wife's killer. When he got revenge. Now, that was the end of the episode, and we just end off with the devil's face over the elevator. Now, we don't know who's going to get reincarnated, who's going to get sent to the void. It's a good possibility that they both could be sent to the void. I mean, we've never seen that yet, so it wouldn't be so far-fetched. We've seen two people get reincarnated. Same thing could happen the opposite way. Now, I want to go into Shimada and Tatsume's reasons for killing, because they're both different and similar at the same time. They're both vengeance, they're both revenge, both of them. But they both go about it different ways. Tatsumi, when he kills this guy, he gets blood hungry, pretty much. He wants to make judgments. He wants to be an arbiter, pretty much. Shimada, when he kills somebody, he can't stand it. He's puking everywhere, he's nervous, he's sick. So, killing somebody both had different effects on both of them. One was traumatized, but the other one was just snapped. Gone. Just gone. And that in itself was very interesting to see. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about the episode. The episode overall, it was the best episode I think ever of this series so far. I've got a few more episodes left, I think, before. I don't know if it's going to be another season after this. I would suppose so, because there's a lot of stuff to be answered, and I think they can answer it in 3 episodes. Yeah, pretty much I'm done. Overall, animation was perfect, beautiful, fluent, vibrant. I loved it. On point, pretty much, with everything. Pacing was great. This is the first 2-parter of a Judgment we've ever had, so the pacing was very good. Very good. Characterization, beautiful. Just amazing how Tatsumi turns from the righteous detective that Shimada can look up to turn around, complete villain, evil, snapped. And he turns pretty much Shimada into the same thing at the end when he's egging him on. I don't know who I think. I mean, it's a possibility Dekum could both put him in the void, but after what Black-haired girl said, he could change. Maybe Shimada will get reincarnated and the detective goes to the void. We'll have to see in the next episode. We just left off with a demon on top of the elevator. But yeah, that's it. See how long was it going? Yeah, it's going on long enough. Yeah, that's it. Episode rating overall, I will give it an amazing. Yeah, great plus to amazing. And that's it, I'm done. Make sure as always to comment, rate the video, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Sorry. See you guys in the next video. Later.